Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Amelia. Welcome back if you're returning. So today we are having a look at what messages your person has for you. What do they want to say to you? So have your person in mind, tap into their energy or tap into your thoughts, your feelings about them. I'll set the intention now for Spirit to please bring in the highest and the best messages for my viewers. Please pass on all of the messages that their person has for them. What is this person's truth? Okay. So messages please for my viewer from the person that they are thinking of. What messages does this person have for them? What messages please? Okay, we have the Emperor in reverse. We have the Three of Cups. On the floor, we have the Ace of Swords, Judgment, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Page of Wands in the reverse. The Five of Wands and the Four of Coins. Okay, so your person is saying to you, there's something they have been confused about. They've either had too many options or too many choices. They've needed to make a decision, or it's just been that they've had to make one big decision here, and there has been a lot of confusion. Your person is saying they are no longer confused with the Ace of Swords. The conclusion they have come to, it's not one they're exactly happy about. What they've realized is, if they chose somebody else or they chose something else over you and your connection, it's failed. It hasn't worked out on so many levels. So the first thing we see, the Emperor in reverse. You could be an Aries, you could be dealing with an Aries. Your person is saying that they don't feel like the boss of their own life right now. The Emperor, they could be having work troubles, money troubles. They could be struggling to get any kind of sort of authority or respect of whatever situation they're in. The very same situation they chose over your connection. And I feel that, they're saying when they chose this, whatever this is, now it doesn't mean they met you and then they chose something else. That will be for some of you. For others of you, they could already have been doing this or have been with this person and then they met you and they continued to choose this over a new connection with you. So with the Emperor in reverse and the Seven of Cups in reverse, this person's saying, it's like their eyes have been snapped open. They're not confused, they're not daydreaming, they're not deluding themselves, because they thought this was going to be the better option. They thought that this other situation, relationship, whatever it is, was going to make them stable, was going to bring them perhaps some kind of status, respect from other people, some kind of authority. Actually, I think if anything, it's done the opposite. I'm hearing specifically that your person, if this other situation is another person, another relationship, the person they chose, so let's say karmic, for example, or a person they are continuing to choose, that person's family doesn't like them. Family, close friends, and your person is well aware of this. So it could be, it's a very uncomfortable situation. Let's say your person is with someone else. When this someone else is with their family, so let's say karmic, when the karmic is with their family, the family is, speaking badly about your person because for some reason, I just feel your person has no respect here. If it's a job, if they chose a career over you, there might be colleagues around your person who speak badly about them behind their back. With the Emperor, this can be someone who is a boss, a manager. Their team or their employees don't speak well of them. And it's not to say this is because your person is a bad person or anything like that. I just think your person chose a situation that wasn't for them. Maybe they don't fit in with this family or this work situation. For no particular reason. We're not all going to fit everywhere. And your person didn't listen to your intuition. They forced this anyway. So we have the Three of Cups with the Page of Wands in reverse. So it was you, it was them, and a third option, whatever that third option looked like. The Page of Wands in reverse, they really stopped your journey short. Now, you know, Page of Wands, normally pages, it's an energy that's brand new, hasn't really gone too far yet, but you could have had a relationship even that lasted years. But what we're seeing is your person saying, as far as they are concerned, there is so much more, you know, that I'm hearing there's so much more road to travel. So I don't know if maybe traveling is something you did together or spoke about or would like to do together, but, you know, metaphorically, to me, it's saying there's so much more to explore between you both, whether you have met once, whether you've only ever spoken online, or you were married. You know, as far as your person is concerned, they're saying we only just began, you know, we only had the start really, before they made a bit of an error here. Okay, Ace of Swords, Five of Wands. Complete clarity that now, because of whatever decision they made over here, there are too many people involved. Now, for me, the Five of Wands, unlike the Three of Cups, it's not really just saying there's one extra person. There were many, you know, the family I was talking about, the colleagues, the employees. Maybe your person is worried about people on your side. You know, are your friends now telling you this person's wasting your time? You know, that sort of thing. Your person's saying there are just too many people here, and all these people being involved, you know, it's not helping. So they've got to figure out what to do next. We have Judgment and the Four of Coins. What they're deciding to do for right now is hold back, to hide their feelings, to not communicate this with you, to possibly hold on to this, you know, situation over here that's bringing them no happiness, no joy. I'm hearing no luck for some reason. So we'll see why. Let's see why they're choosing this. It could be fear. So if if you felt that your person ignored you, or they left you for someone, or they chose someone else, or they made you all these promises, but then they kept choosing another thing or person, and you were feeling like, or you have felt that karma surely has to balance things out. I'm seeing this is karma playing out. Okay, so Judgment with the Four of Coins. Why is this person, my viewer's person, why are they choosing right now to keep quiet, to hold back, to hold on to limiting situations that are making them unhappy? Why is this person choosing this? What's the reason, please? Wow, Ten of Swords in reverse. Do you see what I mean? This person is choosing a situation that's painful. It's like reopening a wound every single day. You know, it's been stitched up, and then you just tear the stitches out. In the morning, it heals up. The next day, you do the same thing. So why are they doing this, please? Your person's really not very happy about whatever choice this is they've made, or the choice they're continuing to make. Why is this person choosing this other situation, Spirit? Okay, we have the Hermit. So maybe they're saying they need a bit more time. They need to gain more insight, more wisdom. We've got Virgo energy here. And we have the Hierophant in the reverse, Taurus. So I think your person is saying that this move, if they release this you know, choice they made or are continuing to make that's not serving them, it's going to be a really big deal. It might mean going through a divorce. It might mean splitting up a family. It could mean pulling themselves out of a community, you know, like a religious community, breaking with some kind of tradition that's played a big role in not just their lives, but probably, you know, a family, in their family's life as well. So yeah, your person's got to make a really big, bold step. The Hierophant can talk about things like contracts. So again, it could be work. They might be saying, well, you know, I've spent, for example, X many decades training in this particular area, and I would have to step away. Maybe they're close to retirement and they're saying, well, what would I do? It's too soon to retire. I'm not sure where, you know, could I get hired somewhere else? Would I just start a business? What do I do? If it's someone who's sort of earlier in their career, maybe someone who's even studying, they might be saying, I've spent years working towards a particular profession, and now I'm realizing it's not for me, And also it's been getting in the way of this connection. So what do? Do I just suddenly say to everyone, actually, after all these years, I'm going in a new direction? So it's a really big deal. With the Hermit, I am actually pleased to see they're not just saying, well, let me stick with what I've got and ignore it, not think about it, like that kind of Two of Swords energy. Your person is saying, I am thinking. So let's see, what might they be realizing while they're in this Hermit mode? You see what it brings them right back round to, the Seven of Cups in reverse again. It's so abundantly clear to them that they've got to make a change. And it means leaving whatever this situation is behind. Yeah, Justice in reverse. There's definitely a need to make a really big break here with something or someone. Could involve, like I said, contract, something legal as well. We have Libra energy. So let's see, what would they like to say to you about this message that, there's so much more here to explore, that your journey was cut short. Let's see if they have any specific messages about that. Yeah, Five of Coins in reverse. So they put you out in the cold, or they just sort of left you there and gave you all the promises that they were going to bring you in. Yeah, you can come in next week, in a month, when I do this, you can come in and sit by the fire, and they just left you out there freezing in the snow. And it's almost like, well, if you had known, if they'd been straight with you, you wouldn't have stood there in the snow waiting. You could have, gone somewhere else and sat near a fire, but they left you. Now it's reversed. Now they're saying they want to reconnect. Perhaps you flipped this situation on them, intentionally or not, and they now feel like they're out in the cold, but they definitely regret this distance between you, this feeling of a separation here. Yeah, the Fool in reverse, see? I don't know if that's showing or if it's too bright, but we have the Fool, it's reversed, and they're saying, I could have taken a leap of faith, but I didn't. In the past, it wasn't fear, it was almost stubbornness, it was pride. They thought they could have their cake and eat it. Turns out they can't. And the cake that they originally wanted is dry. I hate that, I cannot stand. One of the worst things is a dry cake, for me. So, they thought they were going to get this delicious moist cake, and it's dry and it's stale, and it's crusty. And you've gone with your nice warm moist cake, and now they're regretting it. So the Ace of Swords, are they going to speak? Let's see. The Page of Cups, that's a yes to me. I think we saw this in the last reading. It looks like a small message. It might not be addressing any of these deep feelings of sadness, of regret, of missing you. It might just be, hello, did you have a nice Christmas? Or Happy New Year, something like that. But it's a start. I think they're starting small because they've no idea at this point how you feel about them. Do you hate them? Do you love them? Have you forgiven them? Do you just not care? Are you thinking about them? Have you moved on? So they've got to kind of find out where they stand. But this to me is very hopeful. It's saying yes, a text message, an instant message, a small phone call, an email, something like that. Okay, so let's move on. What else do they want to say to you right now? Okay, Spirit, what else does this person want to say to my viewer, please? Ooh, I dream about you. So we've got Pisces energy here, but your person could literally be dreaming about you. It's really at a point where they, like I said, they cannot ignore the truth. They know the truth. And until they make a decision, it's plaguing them. It's on their mind all the time, even when they sleep. Could be that they feel safer right now, connecting with you in dreams, on the astral plane. Let's see. Yeah, we have on the floor, I'm not ready. We have, so what next? Yeah, see, it's almost like they're giving it back to you and saying, well, how do you feel about me? I've looked out the window. I've seen that you're not still waiting to come in. So where are you? What are you doing? Have you made your own fire? Have you found someone else's fire? Oh, okay. If you reach out, I'll ignore you. So this could just be your person saying, not that they will necessarily ignore you. For some of you they might, but with this I'm not ready. They might be evasive. You might leave the conversation feeling dissatisfied because they haven't opened up. You know, they might panic. I think it's kind of like your name pops up on their phone, for example, and they feel excited, but then they panic, and then they get really nervous, and then they overthink everything. So they may just end up taking ages to reply or not replying at all. So if you're wondering, should you reach out, I would always say, you know, do what works best for you, regardless of what any reading says. But this reading seems to be suggesting maybe give it a minute to see if they will reach out to you first. But you know, just it's a reading, and you are, you know, a reading versus a person and their free will. Obviously, basically what I'm trying to say is you do you. Just this is just a reading, okay? It's supposed to help you and inform, not dictate your life. Okay, so what else, please? We have yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, I messed up. I can't even tell if that's showing. Let me see. Oh yeah. Okay, good. Yes, I messed up. Exactly. That's what your person is saying. Yeah. You know, I'm going to own it. I'm going to admit it. I messed up. Okay, anything else? It's not just lust, it's love. Yes, so in the past, especially with the Page of Wands, of all of the suits here, we have wands. Your person could have kept things focused on passion. Anytime feelings became involved, they may have sort of backtracked, or they may have made it sexual, something like that. So you may have ended up wondering, well, was this all a joke? Was I trying to give my heart here, and this person, you know, just wanted a bit of passion, and your person's saying, no, actually there is love here, even if I misled you intentionally or unintentionally. I have nothing. Yeah, you see the Emperor in reverse. They thought they were going off to become this emperor, to impress everyone, to impress you. I'm hearing punishment. For some of you, and you will know if this resonates, if this is the kind of behavior you've seen from your person, but just for some of you, your person may have gone off with this other person, or done this other situation, thinking it would be a kind of punishment, like they're going to show you something or prove something. So I don't know if they felt, I don't know, maybe they felt sort of rejected in some way, or I don't know, let's say you were with someone and you didn't leave that person for them, and they thought, oh, I'll show you. It's not really worked out that way for them. They actually feel that they have nothing to show for all of this drama they've created. Oh, and look, yeah, I'm pissed off. And we can see why they might be feeling this way. That, like I said, people around them don't like them. And I'm, you know, I'm not being mean to them. I'm just saying how it looks. The people do not value them or respect them. I think they even talk about them behind their back. Your person's angry with how things have worked out. They're angry with the sort of decisions they've made. What they feel are wrong decisions, mistakes, and the mess. Like I said, the mess they've created. They're angry that you've walked away, not with you, but because they drove you away. They left you out in the cold. They've missed an incredible opportunity here. Like I said, I'm not saying it's over. I'm saying they are going to reach out with the Page of Cups. I feel right now, for some reason, they have no idea where they stand with you, but I think they will try, because they can't stop thinking about you. Know, they're even dreaming about you. Let's have a look. Let's get some messages from these decks to see, is there anything they want to tell you about their current circumstances, or you know, anything sort of practical going on in their lives at this time. Okay, I'm hearing 5, so let's get 5 from this deck. We have dedicated to a hobby. So for some of you, the thing that they put above you was like a hobby. Maybe, you know, you might consider it a hobby, we might consider it a hobby, but to your person it was sort of like something they felt they really needed to do, or they felt compelled to, maybe even addicted to doing this. So for them it was so much more than a hobby. We have Night Owl, so this could be someone who stays up quite late at night. They prefer to go to bed late and wake up later, or it could be someone who right now is up late thinking, you know, what are they going to do about this? especially if you know actually your person's the opposite. They go to bed early and they wake up early. Your person's saying, you know, that Nine of Swords energy. I spend so much time thinking, I'm not sleeping very well at this time. We have married. So just for some of you, again, you will know if this resonates. Your person is married or you're married. You know, the thing they could have chosen over your connection was their marriage that isn't working. If you're married and they're not, that could be where that energy is coming from of, fine, well, I'll show you that I can move on, and actually they can't. We have struggling financially. Again, that Emperor in reverse. Something could be going on with their money here. Oh, look, an early riser. Yeah, I get the energy that someone, you know, for some of you, you know that your person here actually wakes up very early. And what's significant is they're saying, well, I'm still waking up early, but I just cannot get to sleep. I spend so much time thinking about this, worrying about this. Okay, so I think this deck is, yeah, so just sort of some traits here. Maybe you're wondering, is this reading for you? Or just some confirmation that it is. So let's have a look. I'm hearing 8. It's quite a lot, but let's do it. So 8. Okay, so we have grumpy. So maybe you know, associate your person with being a little bit grumpy sometimes. They might have this exterior that makes them seem a bit surly, a bit grumpy, unapproachable, but you know maybe they're quite funny or quite sweet inside. We have peaceful, confident, secretive. Secretive does sound negative. I often think of this card as saying someone who is a bit reserved. They don't just say everything the second it comes into their head. Yes, see, reserved, exactly. Okay, we have charming. Ooh, some of you might be dealing with someone who's very charming. So I'm assuming this may not be the same person who's grumpy, but I don't know, you know, maybe at different times. We have impulsive. Oh, and we have sneaky. Yeah, this is more like a secretive, sneaky energy, whereas for some of you, you're dealing with someone reserved. Okay, so I think we've got the energy here of a few different sort of people here. You know, the charming, confident person versus the grumpy, reserved person. We have someone impulsive, or it could just be that these are different sides of your person, and maybe you're aware of all of them, whereas most people will see one side or another. Also, with secretive, and we have impulsive and sneaky. If someone is thinking about something and keeping it very quiet, not telling anybody else, and then they do it, it looks to everyone else like it was impulsive. Whereas actually they could have been thinking about this for weeks or months even. So I think this relates to the tarot that we have on the table, because your person has been and is with the Hermit thinking very deeply, and I think they've been thinking for a long time about breaking away from this contract, you know, a literal contract, emotional, whatever it is. They're being secretive, they might even be being sneaky, they're being very reserved about it, but when it happens to everyone around them, it's going to look impulsive, even though they've been thinking about this for a long, long time. Because they're not discussing it, and what they might be doing is walking around looking confident, charming, peaceful, you know, in the meantime, so nobody around them has any idea of what's going on within. I'm sorry I held myself back with you. Ooh, the thought of you still does things to me. Okay, and I do feel that is talking about sort of lust here, passion. So even if you've not seen them in, you know, months or years, I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. So that's a very similar message to the first one about holding themselves back. And these are, you know, two different decks here. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have too many coming out. What's this? I can still feel you. So yeah, some of you have a very strong telepathic bond, energetic bond. This probably goes both ways, so you can probably feel them as well. Ooh, songs are speaking to me. Okay, and you might be receiving songs from them. You know, it might be like a song that's special to you both, or just a song that reminds you of them. Okay, what else? Oh, yes. Remember what I was saying about karma? Look at this. Karma is a bitch. I finally got mine. Yeah. And again, this is not me like, you know, being a cheerleader for you saying, woo, you know, karma came for your person. Good. This is just me saying this is how it seems. You know, this is how it looks. Especially with that Emperor coming out in the reverse. Your person is really going through a rough period right now. But, you know, it's like they have to balance the scales. Okay. And I feel for you, we've not really seen it, but that's because I've not been asking, obviously, about your situation. But I feel things are going, you know, much better for you because you've been putting a lot of work in. And it's almost like you're becoming your own emperor or empress while your person is dealing with the fact that they are not. And they're not going to achieve that status or position if they keep on living exactly how they're living. They've got to make some sort of big, significant change. So before we go, let's get a couple of messages from this deck. So these will either be messages to you from Spirit or from your person. So let's see what comes out. Okay, so this is the first card. It's making me think a lot of like the with the orange and yellow and the red, the sort of more grounding chakras, the root, sacral, solar plexus, and very creative energy as well. Transformation, your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Now, I feel this is the case because you've been transforming yourself. So, you know, I was just saying. Okay, and we have this message here. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Okay, so this could be about, you know, sort of both of you really having a good look at yourselves, both of you asking, what do I like, what would I like to improve, and just seeing where you stand in relation to those questions. You know, maybe you might be thinking, okay, no, I'm pretty happy, I've been working on myself. This is something your person has definitely been thinking about recently. And I think what they're doing now is putting you on a pedestal, really projecting onto you all of the qualities of the Emperor, you know, that they feel that they are lacking. Okay, let's get one more. Okay, lots of heart-based energy here. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Yeah, so you see how this is the opposite of materialistic energy here. And if we think about the energy of this card with, like I said, the more grounded chakras here, you know, if we think of the root, that's all about our money, our security, our home, our family, our safety. This is what your person was prioritizing. And it's not bad to prioritize those things, of course. But if you're doing it to the detriment of something else, it's obviously not great. And we want a balance across the board. So they might have said, well, they have a lot of love for you, but they've got stability elsewhere, so they'll stick with that. But now they're miserable. So they've been through this process of, you know, as the hermit, really asking themselves, well, what is it I admire about you, the viewer? And maybe they admire that you're courageous, that you follow your heart, but it doesn't mean you're like, you know, airy fairy off in the clouds. You're also very grounded. So you've been inspiring them. And now we're moving into more of this heart-based energy that's all about, you know, your person thinking, well, what's important? It's about love. It's about what they love, who loves them, who respects them, who actually cares for them. It's about making these happy memories. You know, I have a card in this deck over here that says, let's write a book together. Your person is saying at the end of their life, are they going to look back and say, well, that's fantastic. You know, I lived in the same house for my whole life. Excellent. Okay, great. You know, or are they going to be happy about the fact that they had, you know, they took a leap of faith, they were brave, they, you know, they approached you, you worked through whatever has happened here, they had an amazing relationship with you, and okay, maybe they had to move home, or maybe they had to lose some people who obviously weren't supporting their highest and best good, but they created they just created a different foundation, as we do, and they had security and happiness. So your person's really basically becoming more balanced, and their priorities, I feel, have shifted. Okay, so I will leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back on Friday and we'll have a look at anything in your connection that is hidden from you, or maybe it's something you've been manifesting, any blessings coming in, something that maybe you've been looking at in one way and Spirit wants to offer a different perspective. So yeah, take care. I hope this was helpful. I think I've said that, I'm not sure. And I'll see you Friday. Bye.